Ladies and gentlemen, Cardinals fans of all ages, and to the Askew crew, I say welcome, and we got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
The Arizona Cardinals and Mike Lafleur have agreed to a 5-year contract the team announced today.
But let me hit you with some knowledge. You should quit now and save yourself the embarrassment of losing with these losers in Las Vegas, Lafleur.
The Cardinals met with the Seahawks offensive coordinator Klint Kubiak on Saturday, but he is expected to become the Raiders head coach after the Super Bowl. So Arizona went with a guy who has had 2 interviews and a dinner with the owner, Mike Lafleur, to be their new head coach.
Go ahead, make your jokes, Mr. Jokey. Joke maker.
His now former job being the Rams offensive coordinator. It's not very often that the Cardinals surprise me in a pleasantly surprising way, in a way that I am very happy and pleased to be bringing you this news because of something that the Cardinals did.
Oh, I'm so happy! I'm so happy! This is the best day of my life!
But Mike Lafleur will be the Cardinals coach into the 2030s. This man is the brother of Matt Lafleur. He knows the NFC West incredibly well from working there in the last few seasons, and he has had tremendous success as an offensive guy with the Rams. Under Mike Lafleur, the Los Angeles Rams offense was number 1 in passing, with 4,557 yards through the air. They averaged 7.8 yards per play. They had the 7th best rushing offense with 2,152 yards on the ground, averaging almost 5 yards a carry. They were also the top offense when it came to getting first downs. They had 396. The Rams offense ranked number 1 in the league with 6.1 yards per play and number 1 in the league with 30 points per game. While Mike Lafleur didn't consistently call plays for the Los Angeles Rams offense because Sean McVay had those duties, Lafleur did help shape the elite offense and occasionally relayed calls or filled in. And this is one of the reasons why one of the candidates I really wanted was Robert Saleh. He knows the NFC West extremely well. That's the same thing with Mike Lafleur, and he's been learning under a great head coach in Sean McVay how to call plays, how to run an offense. He's an intelligent, smart offensive mind. If we can get the right defensive coordinator to pair up with him, it could be an absolutely huge deal. I think this is probably the smartest head coach the Cardinals have had since Bruce Arians. I believe he's a guy who's going to get respect from the players in the locker room. He's not going to be shooting off fireworks in his initial introductions with people. He's not going to be asking people if they got a fire in their gutter if they rode the bus to work.
Who drove over here? Let me see your hands. Who took the bus? Did you have fire in your gut?
Making the entire room feel incredibly awkward, and he has the potential to open up a playbook that looked absolutely disgustingly bad this year offensively for Arizona. This is going to mean great things for Trey McBride, who with Jacoby Brissett and Kyler Murray set the record for a tight end in total receptions in a season, and next season is going to be trying to beat that record once again with whoever the quarterback ends up being. It's also going to mean great things for Michael Wilson, who really unleashed himself this season when Brissett became the quarterback, but a really huge potential thing for the Arizona offense going forward into the 2026 season now is with a new fresh playbook, Mike Lafleur might be able to find a way to get MHJ finally involved in this offense in his 3rd season in the NFL and maybe be able to actually show us what he's capable of, because the first 2 seasons have been incredibly underwhelming by Marvin Harrison Jr. I personally think MHJ is wide receiver 2 on this team until further notice. Michael Wilson has secured the spot as wide receiver 1. Initially, when the Cardinals were missing out on a bunch of head coaching candidates, it really ended up narrowing down to Mike Lafleur, Anthony Campanelli, or Klint Kubiak here lately. And a few days ago when I made that video about why no one wants to come to Arizona to coach the Cardinals video, it was seemingly looking like during the last half of the week that the Cardinals were going to hold out for Klint Kubiak just to end up missing out on him because he was going to end up being the Raiders' next head coach most likely. The Raiders have the number 1 pick. They have Fernando Mendoza basically locked up with that pick. They got a guy like Tom Brady in the ownership, a guy who's a big Klint Kubiak guy. So I was afraid that the Cardinals were going to reach way too far for Kubiak, lose out on him, and then also lose out on Mike Lafleur because he ended up deciding to go back to Los Angeles.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
But I am incredibly thrilled with this hire. I think this is an absolutely great move for Arizona. They have him locked down for 5 years, so this gives him a lot of room to grow the team into what he wants it to be and to maybe actually form a good culture in the Arizona Cardinals locker room. I think he's a coach that players will want to come play for, and he's learned under a really really good offense as the offensive coordinator for the Rams the last 3 seasons. Michael Bidwell said in a statement, "We had the opportunity to speak with an outstanding group of candidates during this very thorough process and gathered tremendous insight from each of them. At the end of that process, it was clear that Mike Lafleur possesses all the traits necessary to lead this team to success as its head coach. He is highly intelligent with an exceptionally sharp, creative football mind. Mike is also a dynamic and innovative leader and exactly the type of person we were looking for to guide our team as its head coach." Mike Lafleur also had a statement to make after being hired by Arizona, and I quote, "I couldn't be more fired up to become the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals and am beyond grateful to Michael and Monty for this opportunity. Having competed against them in the NFC so many times in recent years, I know the type of talent and toughness this team has and cannot wait to get to Arizona to hit the ground running." When asked about Mike Lafleur, General Manager Monty Ossenfort said, "In his career, Mike has been around some of the best and brightest coaches in football and has been a key contributor to highly successful teams. He understands what winning football looks like and what it takes to achieve it. Mike is a strong communicator with a detail-oriented teaching style that has always gotten the best from his players, and we are incredibly excited for him to bring that to the Cardinals." As we already touched on, Lafleur has a giant knowledge of the NFC West, having spent 3 seasons with the Rams and 4 seasons from 2017 to 2020 with the San Francisco 49ers. The Cardinals own the 3rd pick in the upcoming draft and have a major question at quarterback. We're not 100% sure yet if the Arizona Cardinals are going to end up having Kyler Murray as their starting quarterback for at least 1 more season. This is due to the fact that he has $39.8 million already guaranteed for next year. If Murray happens to be on the roster on the 5th day of the 2026 league year, his $19.5 million base salary for 2027 will become fully guaranteed. The Arizona Cardinals this season were ranked 19th offensively in the league, a year after being ranked 11th. Lafleur does have a lot of pressure on things that we did touch about in our last video. The NFC West is the toughest division in all of football. 3 of the final 4 teams in the NFC were NFC West teams, and they're not going to go anywhere anytime soon. The Seahawks might actually end up winning a Super Bowl in a week. Michael Bidwell said that he hopes success and turnaround takes place in the first year, not the 2nd year, which I sure hope he has a little bit more patience with Mike on, given all of the factors that might make this team make a little bit longer of a time to turn around, especially if they don't shore up the offensive line and shore up who the heck the quarterback is going to be. Regardless, Lafleur is the 6th straight head coach hired by the Cardinals who does not have NFL head coaching experience before this. The Cardinals have had a lot of chances in the last week to make a wrong decision with coach. They could have ended up going with Ron Rivera, who in his last head coaching experience ended 4-13 with the Commanders. They could have also picked the Atlanta Falcons' former head coach, Raheem Morris, but he was fired from the Atlanta Falcons for a reason. Do we want guys who have failed at other struggling franchises to just come over here and struggle with us as well? I think the answer is no. But with all that being said, today's breaking news is that the Arizona Cardinals have finally found their guy, and I really just love that his name is Lafleur. We're going to be able to do so much fun stuff with that here on this channel.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
What do you Cardinals fans or non-Cardinals fans think of this hiring? Let me know down in the comments below. Like this video and be sure to share with your friends. Subscribe to join the Askew crew. It's completely and totally free, and we gained 100 subscribers last week. Look at Derek back there. He's thrilled. Steve, are the Arizona Cardinals going to be competitive next season? Signs point to yes, says Steve the 8-Ball. And with that, I leave it to you. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Have a great day. We'll see you very soon with the next video. Until then, bye-bye.